There is a very dark and mystical story that ties the German people, Germany, with Judaism. Judaism and Germany are one and the same thing. And Zionism is a German movement developed under Adolf Hitler. And so the Nazis were responsible for the state of Israel today. There's a book two books. One of them is called 51 Documents They Don't Want You to Know About. It's a book you can order on Amazon called 51 Documents. And what it is the 51 documents that were found and republished showing that Israel was founded by the Nazi Party. SS and the Gestapo founded the state of Israel. And all the big shots that we called the Zionist leaders were all Nazi SS Gestapo. They were all Nazi leaders. They were all Germans from Europe that founded something called the State of Israel. Wow. And the more you look at this subject, you will find that Judaism is connected with Nazism and the German people. Somehow there's a dark connection between Germany, Nazism, and Judaism. It's an incredible story. And NASA was founded by the Nazi Party, period. That's why it's called NASA. NASA goes back to Nazi Party. NASA, National Aeronautics Space Administration, is a German Nazi operation. The people who founded it were Knights Templars, the Knights Hospitallers, and the Masonic orders that come out of Germany. So America is actually, the Nazi Party is now operating full blast today. The Nazi Party has never been stronger, never been more powerful than it is today.
Right here in the good old US of A.
Yes, and I've heard from people on the inside that the German and the Nordic companies, corporations, like Mazda, what is it? The big car companies.
Oh, Volkswagen or not Volkswagen.
That's right. Volkswagen and Mercedes-Benz and BMW. All of those German and Nordic companies are still today paying us a percentage of their profits coming from those companies going directly to the Nazi Party today.
Wow. This is disgusting, Jordan. This is sad. I have been totally misled when I was learning all that useless history back in high school and in college about how we won World War II. Hell, if we could take one of those dead veterans back from the grave and bring them to this day and age, they'll think Germany won the damn war. They'll think Japan won the damn war.
Well, you're the one that's crawling on your knees trying to stay alive and pay your rent and stay alive.
Yes. Yes.
The Germans still run the world, period. They run all of Europe. They run America. They run the world. The Nazi Party is now headquartered no longer in Europe, obviously. The Nazi Party is now headquartered in South America, in Argentina.
Yes.
Argentina is the new Berlin right now on the earth. Berlin is now in Argentina. It's in the mountains of Argentina. And a city up in the hills in the mountains of Argentina is the new Berlin, where all the old guys from the old school, the old Nazis that got out of Germany when the war was falling apart, when the Germans were losing the war, it was decided by the Vatican. The Vatican decided that the Germans were losing the war, and everybody knew it, including the Germans. So it was decided by the Vatican to get all the top Nazis, the scientists, the philosophers, the theoreticians, all the important Nazi minds, all the great mental the mental bank in Nazi Germany, get all the top Nazis out and get them out of Germany, because the Allies were coming and the Russians were coming. And the Russians had already said publicly they were going to kill anything that was German. When they got into Germany, they're going to kill anything that's German that's walking on feet. They're going to kill them. And so the Vatican realized that Russia was serious and that they were going to kill anybody in Germany when the war was over. So the Vatican decided and talked with the United States government, and they decided together, we need to get the top Nazis out of Germany. We don't want them killed because they're too educated. They're too smart.
Yes.
They're very intelligent people. You don't want to give up your intelligent people to be murdered. So the Vatican came up with the money and the false passports for all the top Nazis to get out of Germany. They gave them false passports with false names, and they gave them the money for the countries in which they were giving. Whatever country they were sending these top Nazis, they gave them the money and a false passport, an ID, so that they could go to those countries and go to those countries and live peacefully.
Wow.
And work for the Vatican behind the scenes. They work for the U.S. government.
Now, do you think Mein Führer got through that rat line as well?
That was the rat line. That's called the rat line. The way of getting out of Germany and going to South America, Central America, Mexico, and all the other Catholic Vatican countries, Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil, all the Nazi big shots went into Central and South America, Mexico, except the really, really top of the line, brilliant ones. They went to Washington, D.C. and they
Operation Paperclip.
They went to Washington, D.C., and they took with them people like Walter Dornberger, who was head of Adolf Hitler's Nazi operation. They took with them Dr. Werner von Braun, who was a top SS Gestapo Nazi. They brought all the top educated scientific Germans into America, and they founded and put them into a place called NASA.
Yes.
National Aeronautic and Space Administration, which is real close to being Nazi, Nazi. Incidentally, the very word, in America, we have a Supreme Court.
Correct.
And in our Supreme Court, we have a Supreme Court judge who is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, meaning he is the number one judge in America of the Supreme Court. He's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Well, in Israel, they always had an Israeli court. They still do today. Israel also has a Chief Justice of their Supreme Court. But the Chief Justice in the Jewish Supreme Court is referred to officially as a Nazi, Nasi. Look it up in a dictionary. Look up the word Nasi. It would tell you the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in Israel is spelled Nazi. Nazi.
Wow.
And then look in the encyclopedia or dictionary, look up Webster's dictionary, look up Nasi. It would tell you it's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. But when you look in the dictionary on the Nasi, you will find that the next heading, the next word beneath it is Nazi, and it will tell you Nasi more correctly is spelled Nazi. I didn't say that. That's in the encyclopedia and the dictionary. Webster's dictionary says if you're going to use that term Nasi for the Chief Justice of Israel, the correct way to spell it is Nazi, the dictionary says.
Wow.
So the very word Nazi, Nazi, is the Jewish high priest and the high judge in the Jewish Supreme Court. Nazi, Nazi. We need to wake up and learn how to read and think and research and understand the world you live in.